So this chapter is about a luncheon picnic at Donwell, which is Mr. Knightley's estate, and it's a converted abbey, large house, sprawling, several nice rooms, big gardens, lots of strawberry plants. So they were talking about going to Box Hill, which is some distance away. I'm not sure how far, and Mrs. Elton was complaining, "Oh, my horse has come up lame, so we don't know when it's going to happen." And Mr. Knightley was like, just come over to my place and eat strawberries." She's like, "Oh, what a wonderful idea." And Mr. Knightley is like, "Why did I do sarcasm? Some people just don't get it." He's like, "Fine, we'll have a party. It'll be fun." And Mrs. Elton's like, "Yes, and I'll invite so and such, and we'll have a great time." And Mr. Knightley is like, "No, no, no, no. My house. The only person, the only woman I trust to invite people over is Mrs. Knightley. Whatever I find a Mrs. Knightley." So he's like, "I'm not going to let you do this. I'm going to run this myself." And she's like, "Oh, I consider her my housekeeper." And he's like, "No, I have a housekeeper. She's very good. Not a problem. You're not going to do this. This is all going to be me." And so he plans this. And Mrs. Elton wanted it outside. And, she wanted him to take a table out and set it up under a tree and all of this extra work for servants, which, is an okay-ish thing. But Mr. Knightley's big concern was Mr. Woodhouse because, he wanted Emma there and he wanted Mr. Woodhouse there because, they hadn't been over forever. And, wanted Mr. Woodhouse over, and Mr. Woodhouse would not eat outside. And, there are some people who are not outside people. And Mr. Knightley is aware of this and kindly set it up as like, "Okay, we'll just have the dinner inside." And he made plans and preparations to keep Mr. Woodhouse entertained and happy inside while everyone else was wandering around to the gardens and picking strawberries. And Jane Fairfax came in after the lunch when they were splitting up to go searching again. And she told Emma, "I'm going to go home." And Emma's like, "Are you sure? It's a long walk." He's like, No, no, no. It's quite all right. But your health? No, no, no. This is good for my health." Which goes back to Jane going to get the mail for herself. And it's like, "No, no, no. I can do this. I can do this. I got this." And so Jane goes off and she goes home. And 20 minutes later, Frank Churchill shows up late. And, he was kind of late because his mom is a hypochondriac. You just got to accept it at this point that she and Mr. Woodhouse are like cut from the same cloth, where it's like, "Oh no, I'm so sick. I can't do this." And it's really easy to fall into the trap of, "I am tired and I am weak and I am sick." And your body falls into patterns. And if you think, "I am tired, I am weak, I am sick," you will be tired and you will be weak and you will be sick. But if you say, "I am getting stronger, I am getting better, I am getting more energy," then the tired, weak, and sick slowly doesn't become the truth. If you just say, "I'm getting better, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting healthier," and you start moving and you start exercising and you start getting the sun, it's amazing how much that can build up your health. There was a point where I was sick and I had to take a 15-minute nap to get the energy to go to the bathroom, and then another 15-minute nap to recover from that. So I was like, I need to go upstairs and go to the bathroom, and I take a nap. And I go upstairs and I do my business, And it's like, I need another nap before I can come back downstairs. And so, I mean, but you say, okay, today I'm going to walk to the mailbox. And then you walk to the mailbox. And then you say, I'm going to walk to the mailbox and then an extra 10 feet. And then you go to the mailbox an extra 5 feet. But that's okay. It's farther than the mailbox. And the next day you may do the 10 feet. And the day after that, it's like, I'm going to go to the mailbox and then down the driveway and around the house. And then you go down the driveway and around the house. And you go a little bit longer and a little bit further. And you just build it up. And eventually, you're still tired and you're still sick and you're still weak. But you're not as tired and you're not as sick and you're not as weak. And it's just like this incremental improvement. Picking strawberries. So strawberries are called strawberries because of the way that they're grown. So strawberries are a perennial. That means they grow year after year. Low ground plant. But they aren't entirely hardy. So the way they are grown is after they're planted, in the fall and winter, you cover them up with straw. And so you cover the plants up with straw, and that insulates them through the winter. And it gets them a little bit of a head start in spring. And so you have these berry plants that come up through the straw, and then you clear the straw away, and you harvest the strawberries. When I was a kid, there was a farm near where I grew up that had pick your own strawberries. And the way it worked was you were given a flat. A big container holds about half a bushel. And you were pointed to a row. And you go down the row and you start picking strawberries and you put in the flat. And then maybe you eat a couple. And they were okay with you eating a couple. And you move this thing down and you pick until you finish filling the flat. Then you bring it back and they weigh it and they charge you. But anyway, so when I was like 7, 8, 6 through 8, give or take, my mom would have us go and pick strawberries. And it wasn't just me, it was my friends. Whatever friends she could get to come along with us. It's like, hey, call up Jerry, call up Mandy, we're going to go pick strawberries. And so we would go and we were picking strawberries and we go along and we pick and we eat strawberries until we were sick of them and then pick some more and pick some more and pick some more. And my mom would have 8, 10 flats of strawberries. Just a huge amount of strawberries. And then she used them to make strawberry preserves. So it was, you bring in all the strawberries and you cut off the stems and you cut them up into little pieces. And so we did a little bit of that, but mostly it was just picking the strawberries and then running out with red sticky hands to play. But that was a great memory growing up of picking strawberries and eating them and Mom's strawberry preserves. Yeah.